Guys, I got to show you something. This is what they said the Lions were doing with the Cowboys today. I'm loving the memes. Look at this. The internet is about to be crazy tomorrow. It's already crazy. I love these. Love these. Right in time for Halloween. Let me be professional and break the game down. Lions saved my bacon today. Damn near lost the kids' college tuition on the 1 p.m.s, and then not really. I mean, they're going to community college, but no, it was incredible. That was an incredible statement win by the Lions. I don't know what Jerry Jones did to Dan Campbell, what the Cowboys did to Dan Campbell, other than last year. I mean, he's got to believe that Jerry got that call or something. He's got to believe like that's a Dallas thing, the way they came in there. There is a video, not to show you my phone again, but this is a new thing I might do, of a woman in the concourse in a Dak Prescott jersey projectile vomiting onto the concrete with another Cowboys fan holding her hair, and a guy in a David Montgomery jersey grittying by her. Better than a fight in the concourse, which I'm sure we'll see plenty of tomorrow morning. Unbelievable. First off, Lions, very, 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 very good team. Tom Brady was impressed. I think everybody was impressed. What's up to the people on TikTok as well? It was one of those statement victories. I mean, like Dallas, when I heard Kirk Herbstreit the other night talking about, I don't know who the best teams in the NFC are. And, a lot of people were making a big deal about the fact that he forgot Minnesota. I was wondering why he mentioned Dallas. And this isn't like me trying to shit on the Cowboys or like, somebody said last week, I said, I don't hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Cowboys. It's just a spectacle. It's good for TV. Whatever they do, it's good for TV and it's entertaining. And I know who they are this year. You're not that guy. Back to the memes. You're not that guy. What did he say? You're not that guy, bud.
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal. Dallas is not that guy, pal. Dan Campbell was like, you're not that guy, pal. Honestly, that was disrespectful. Did they score on every drive? I mean, that was unbelievable. And I think in all seriousness, the thing I take away is, again, Kirk left a few teams out. One of them was Minnesota. But the answer to the question is, who's the best team in the NFC? I think it's Detroit. I mean, like Minnesota, you could make a case for that. And a week ago, I would have said that too. But this team and the other team in the NFC North, that's the class of the NFC right now. And really, when you watch the way Green Bay played today, like Green Bay shows flashes of being scary. This division is crazy. And the Bears – dude, okay, I just talked myself into it. Best division in football by a mile. Because you do the math. I'm not saying the Bears are one of the best teams in the NFC. I think they're pretty good. I had them in the wild card, but I don't think they're a division-winning team. They play like that today, though. They're going to get in because I felt like the offense caught up to the talent that Caleb has shown the first month of the season. Erratic, but I think the offense over the last couple of weeks has caught up to his skill set and said, hey, what do we want to do? Like the quick game thing for him, that's a good look. I thought he was lethal in the quick game today. And some of the throws in the red zone were really impressive. When you put the run game together with that and the defense they have, very good team, right? We said all year, there's two teams that if they get the quarterback thing figured out, they're going to be scary. That's one of them. Pittsburgh, I think, still has that capability if they can get really high-quality play out of Justin. But the NFC North, the Vikings, they are who they are. And then this team, Detroit, coming out there like this meant something, like really meant something. This wasn't like, hey, let's go in there and get a win. I think it was one of those things where Tom Brady mentioned it. Dr. Fax mentioned it sitting here. The backups are playing like their hair's on fire. And, deep into the game, dudes are playing like it's a damn Super Bowl. And I think this was maybe not a Super Bowl for them, but after what happened last year, it was a big deal. and that showed. And you want it to mean something. Dan has the guys. He is a puppet master, man. Like, he knows how to pull the strings, and he's doing it. He's not manipulating people. He's not tricking people. He's just motivating people. He's just getting them on the same page. No, you watch that team play. Nobody's bigger than the team. You know, Jameson Williams drops a ball, they go right back to him. The confidence they have in each other. You know, you're good enough for Detroit, Jared Goff, that famous. Like, it's he's a confidence instiller. The big guys this week. I mean, you know, it's a little bit of a tip of the cap to what happened last year, but I mean, it's more than that. I mean, Dan's a fucking troll. Let's be real. He runs Dan Skipper out the first play. I love it. And he's got big guys left and right. Now, maybe Ben Johnson, we could save some of the trick plays for like a key situation. Like that Penei Sewell play was electric, but like maybe we could save it for, you know, with the season online. Can you shut that door? It's autumn. It's getting cold. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. You know, hey, and you want to talk about cold weather? It's not going to be fun to play the Detroit Lions in the cold. It's not going to, well, Jared's not as good outside, but it's not going to be fun to play the Packers in the cold. It's not going to be fun to play the Vikings in the cold. It's not going to be fun to play the Bears in the cold. Teams that have to go up and play the NFC North late in this season are going to, I mean, that's a fucking trash compactor up there, dude. This team is physical, and I think, you know, I can hear Dan saying it before this game. Like, you know, when we take them into the deep water, what happens? Okay. Dallas, you know, Baltimore's got them on the ropes a couple weeks ago. Let's not let them back into the game. And, you know, they go to the half, and Dallas isn't out of it, but we're a drive away here. And the resolve they showed in the second half, just keep pounding, just stay on it, and have that attitude that got them the lead. I mean, betting the Lions in the second half was like free money. Betting the Lions in any form or fashion this week was free money. I mean, that was insane, dude. That's more valuable than like crypto back in the day to have a Lions ticket today. That was incredible. I mean, that was in every possession. They scored on every – oh, God. I mean, it's Jerry's birthday, and the Lions are dribbling their fucking heads off the turf for an entire – it was like Greg Williams, my old coach, used to say, and I know what you're thinking, no, it's not a bounty thing, but like we played hard-nosed shit, you know, football. He was like, lock the gates, 60 minutes. Like, they can't get out. When you have a lead, like, that's the beautiful thing about football is they can't quit. I've been on the other end of games like that, and you can't, like, you want to wave a white flag, you can't. All you got to do is, like, hang on and revert to your technique, and, you know, what you start remembering on the sideline if you're a Cowboy, like, what's my why? You ever hear that motivational speaker? What's your why? Like, you're on the sideline going to, what is my why? And when you can put teams in a situation where they start reminding themselves on the sideline what their why is, you're taking people's souls. You're taking people's souls. And so, you know, Dallas had to go to the sideline and have that conversation with themselves. And Dak, on Jerry's 82nd birthday, is throwing the ball into that giant fucking sunset that Jerry insisted upon having in the plans of the stadium. I want the biggest sunset. I want the sunset so big that it blinds Jalen Tolbert. I want the sunset so big that Dak doesn't know he's thrown into triple coverage. Where we're getting a 50 burger put up on us by a fucking former tight end. A former blocking tight end. That team is a Ferrari with mud tires. They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win it all. I did put them in the Super Bowl preseason. Now, we've gotten this far. I mean, the Hutch thing matters. Like, it matters. And, you know, very Detroit, I guess, if you're a Detroit fan, like with all the scar tissue you have built up, that you're like, this is a banner day where Tom Brady's up there in the booth and he's like, and basically in the second half, they're doing a podcast. Like that, this was Tom's toughest test. they were just like, Tom, go. And I thought he did a good job. I was leaning in, hearing him talk about team building and talk about like the Lions and just how, Tom Brady's on TV glazing us. You know what I'm saying? And things are great. And we lose Hutch, who's like the hometown hero, who's like Captain America for them. I mean, the guy is playing at an all-pro level. And in the past, I didn't put him in that category of the top 3-4 rushers in the game. This year, he put himself in that category. And I hate it for him because, he took that step. Every bucket that was out there this year, he made. Like, he had some fish. He dominated them. He was on a tear where he was going to win Defensive Player of the Year. And I also think the thing that gets lost with him is it's not just his play on the edge, it's up and down the line. It's his hustle, it's his tone setting. That defense plays hard. So who are the guys now? And, you look to leaders like Carlton Davis. You look to leaders like Aleem McNeil, like guys like that up front that have been here a couple of years through the build. Not Carlton Davis hasn't, but, like Brian Branch, young people are going to have to step up and be leaders and be tone setters from a style of play. Kirby Joseph, guys like that. They have to be tone setters too. They can't just do their job. They also have to, kind of push guys along because Hutch was a tone setter for them. The pass rush, you're going to have to replace it. I don't know if that's Aaron Glenn going more blitz. I don't know if that's making a move before the deadline. We were already playing GM for Brad Holmes here. Like, hey, if you don't like these ideas, like, hey, fly on the wall. Are they actually calling the Raiders? Like, are they picking up the phone and being like, so like immediately I can imagine the Raiders picking up and being like, nope. Tom Telesco, like Brad Holmes on the caller ID. Tom Telesco picks up. He's just like, hey, Brad, don't want to waste your time. Or maybe, I don't know. I know Lions fans are going to want that to happen, but I don't think you need a franchise player. I think you have one. He just left in an air cast. He'll be fine whenever he comes back, whether that's next year or what. I think he's going to be great the rest of his career. And I'm pulling for him in rehab and all that. And I know he'll attack rehab. It's one of the things you take for granted that when a player gets hurt in the NFL, they're just going to come back the way they were. That's not, he's young, but rehab's so important. And, it's how you approach it. It's how you show up every day to the training room, do the little extra from like, I can remember when I got hurt, I'm picking up marbles with my feet on the floor for a month, to get the proprioception back in your foot because they cut into your ankle or whatever it is. These are things you can't take for granted. And I think Aidan Hutchinson will attack rehab the way he attacks everything else. So whenever he gets back, they'll be fine. But in the meantime, with the window wide open, I think you would be leaving money on the table this year if you don't try to go out and get somebody. So it's probably not Max Crosby. I said Josh Allen, like buy him low, but like his contract he just paid him. I'm talking about Joshua Hines Allen. Then it's not sexy, but like name like Carl Granderson comes up. I know Nolan mentioned Landry in Tennessee. But, he's also making a good deal of money, right? So I don't know who you go out and get, but you got to go out and get somebody. And you think about like look around the league, not enough teams have packed it in yet to where, everybody's for sale. Zadarius Smith. Nolan said, hey, if the Bengals lose tonight, which I hope they don't, because I won't hear the end of it from Nate tomorrow, but like, if the Bengals lose tonight, Trey could be, for sale. There's all types of, but it's not necessarily going to be sexy. There's not like a, get out of jail free card. It's not like a Devontae Adams sitting out there, So guys, what do you want to hear about tomorrow on the live show, 2 p.m.? I'm reading, People want to bet for tonight. Oh, bet for tonight. Dude, Listen, I don't think the Bengals are a great team because of the defense. They kind of affect their ceiling, but it's hard to bet against Joe Burrow. Like, really think about what you're doing. You're betting. I mean, I could end up wrong, but I'm okay living with betting the Bengals and losing way more than I am like, yeah, let me trick fuck Vegas. Yeah, let me trick fuck Vegas and take Daniel Jones because it seems too chalky to take the Bengals. Neighbors and Singletary are down. Neighbors' ears are still ringing from the Travis Scott concert, which, I mean, of all the concerts to go to, fellas, Travis Scott's like a rock and roll concert. I've been to one. Guy was riding a fucking giant mechanical dragon. It was breathing fire. He was riding his security guards like a horse. He was sitting on their shoulders the way my toddler sits on my shoulders. My 5-year-old asks me every night, shoulders, carry me up the stairs, shoulders. That's how Travis Scott was riding around on these 350-pound men. It was the loudest. What was he doing there? All right, let's see. Wandale Robinson over tonight. Stay gold, people. Cowgirls looking risky. I think we're past looking risky. I think they just look get another body and blitz more. I agree. WMU Bronco 08. Wait, did you go to Western Michigan in 08? Did you play at Western Michigan? That's crazy because I think you guys beat us in our homecoming game. I'll never forget that. Never forget that. Quick story, I guess. Had a roommate. We got in a fight at practice. He was a big O lineman. He was picking on a freshman D lineman, and I kind of Terry Tated him. And this is a long time ago. I might have stepped on him. I guess I stepped on him or put my cleat on him, So we get beat by Western Michigan. It's like homecoming. All the parents are in. We're sitting on the porch drinking 40s with our shirts off after the game. And my buddy's mom's like, what happened to your back? He goes, he stepped on me on Wednesday in a fight. Actually, I think he stomped on me. We were cool by then. We fought a lot. Sometimes you fought your roommates, sometimes you fought your teammates. But if you went to Western Michigan, man, good game. Like, seriously, we did not expect you. Went to Western, but didn't play. 08 is when I made that account. Grad in 04. Right on, dude. Right on. Sirianni on the hot seat. Hey, tune in tomorrow at 2. I will be dead honest about what I saw at the end of that game. That was wild. I'm starting to think that, and hey, again, I'm just going to tell you how I feel. I'm starting to think Nick doesn't self-scout. I'm starting to think he doesn't self-scout. Most people, I would say, stay off social. I might tell Nick to get on social. Just take a scroll, take a stroll. They'll tell you everything you need to know, Nick. When you say, and I was curious if I read this right, I was the one who made the call on 3rd down that led to the sack before the half, that led to the blocked field goal, which led to a fucking white knuckle 60-minute ball game with a quarterback who's played worse than any Cleveland Brown this millennium. His name's Deshaun Watson. How did we do that? How do we do that? Somebody tweeted at me early in the day. They go, oh, shit, what time's this game start? No. Oh, I need to get this in. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfect.
But somebody tweeted me. They said, hey, Chris, I'm bookmarking this because I said, hey, the Jags. Oh, I cannot wait to talk about the Jags tomorrow. You're going to want to be there for this. That was a fucking slop fest. I've never seen anything like that. To imagine getting in a metal tube and flying that far to do that. Can you imagine that? I'm afraid to fly. Every time I fly, I think it could happen. I'm imagining getting in that metal tube and praying to God on takeoff, as I always do, flying for 8 hours, fucking up my circadian rhythm, having to stay another week. They got to stay another week.
What do you eat?
And doing that,
Sucks.
the eating fucking eating like potatoes and like a sausage every day for every meal. Living in a haunted hotel because they're all haunted there. Fucking overcast every day. Dog, it's a tough scene. It's a tough scene, dude. We'll talk. But somebody said, hey, I'm bookmarking this tweet about the Jags. I said, they lost to Deshaun Watson so far this year, and yada yada yada. They said I'm bookmarking this for when the Eagles lose to Deshaun Watson later. Almost doesn't count, guys. Almost does not count. Everybody knows. Almost doesn't count. Shout out to Brandy. 2 p.m. tomorrow. I need y'all. I need y'all there. I need y'all. Hey, Nolan 55. I'm very weird. Why are you here? That's weird. You think I'm weird? You're 30 minutes into a live stream. There's a Sunday night football game on. You're the weird one. You're the fucking weirdo. Get out of here. Did you see what Andre Sisco said? The NFC North are taking players' souls. Yeah, I didn't see that, but we got to fire Nick. No, I didn't say that. You said it. Mask on, Roth. I'll talk. Hey, we talk to y'all tomorrow, 2:00. Go Bears. Bears. Bear down. Bear down. Jeez, you guys are on the come up. Take it easy.